We did just a tip just because like we wanted on the promo to say get your hands on just a tip. Like
That's the
it's just
whole
too
reason.
good.
What's up, everybody? This interview was done with Walter Howard from Phil Anselmo and Illegals and VBT, also known as Vaginal Bear Trap. It was me and my buddy Josh from the Drunk News. This is actually going to be the first interview that's going to be put on our new channel, Josh's Metal Monday. I'm going to put the description in the link below. Also, any contact information for VBT and Housecore will be in the description. We started this video off with just a funny clip because this hangout went awesome. It was funny as hell. And at a later date, we're also going to go ahead and release all of the unedited videos so you guys can see how the hangouts went, because they were actually pretty cool. We just cut them to make them look more professional. But with that being said, Walter Howard from Phil Anselmo and Illegals and VBT.
About 8 years now, since 2008. Primarily we jam around the South, but we've toured like up to Illinois, and like we even did like a 2.5 week tour in Mexico, like with Disgorge and Future Pile. And yeah, so like we've gone around, but we haven't really gone much like around like the West Coast or East Coast or much of the North, Midwest, you know. Basically the South. Like we primarily just play Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, you know. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of random ass stories between like cops like trying to bribe us for like one reason or the other. Like one of them was just like, "Hey, we're thirsty. Give us 100 pesos." Like that, we just kind of whatever. Sure, here you go. And, like, it's just random shit, man. Like, yeah, the shows are always fun. Like, it made me laugh how much they didn't care. Like, if you were like stupid drunk. Like there was a dude that was just like passed out on the ground, sitting there. He looked okay, and we were like unloading our gear. We came back, and he's just sitting there and puke in the same spot. But everybody's just dancing around him. It was weird. They fucking go ape shit. Like Mexico City was hilarious because like when you watch them in the pit, they're just looking like they're fucking punching each other in the face, like so aggressively. But everybody's chill about it. Like I didn't see one single like like horrible fight. You know, everybody was just friendly. It was strange, man. They're really violent with each other though. The name is actually not as extreme as you think, but it's like the guitar player Shane. He came up with it from like reading an article of like a South African rape device because it's such a big issue down there. So they had a thing where it was like a reverse condom, and they called it like a vaginal bear trap. And that's what Shane was like. Oh shit, that's a great band name. I'm gonna have to use that. And we've kept it ever since. We've gotten so much flack for the name, and that's why we kind of shortened it to VBT, but. That's the thing. It's like I never understood why. Like because we don't even have lyrics really in BBT. Like we never like we always worked with the music, but the lyrics were like they're not. It's just mumble low like ugh, so nobody's gonna hear it. But like people would always think we would come up with like stupid lyrics of like you guys sing about this and you sing about that, and we're just like what are you talking about? There's no lyrics. It's just stupid song titles. You know, it's us getting stoned and coming up with the stupid inside jokes. Yeah, I've played in Oppressive Force, which is members from like Corpus and Houston too. So like we were all scattered about, and I play in a band called Ball Gag. Yeah, and this black metal band called Sturmgewehr, and I had another band called Grieve too. I just keep playing around. You get in the group of friends that are all musicians, and then everybody has a different band, and they're like, "Whoa, you should jam over here. You should jam over here," you know. Pretty good, man. Like this in San Antonio this weekend, we just had a like metal festival, like an underground black metal fest called Metal Fucking Hell. And like I didn't get to go to the actual fest, but I got to go to the pre-fest for Morbosi Dodd's set. They recorded a DVD down there, and that was one of the most intense local like shows I've seen. I mean, it wasn't like the bands were local, but like as far as like the show in San Antonio, like the intensity and everything, oh man, it's been getting better. Like San Antonio has been on the up for shows lately. Texas is so big, but you could go like every spot in Texas has its own unique scene with like Houston, Dallas, El Paso, the Valley, and like even San Antonio and Austin. We're like an hour apart, but the differences between the scenes are like night and day, man. It's like totally different. Texas has got so many fucking bands. They're just so killer, man. Like it's me and Mike are kind of hoping that with being in the illegals and like we're always trying to wear Texas shirts. So like we're trying to like get Texas more recognized, like our friends that people need to hear about here. It's like there's so many good acts over here. For me, it's probably Metallica's Load.
Oh, you had a better one than I did.
Yeah, it wasn't much better after that though. Like I think the next one, it was Hanson or something. My dad gave me for Christmas.
Hanson, are you serious?
Yeah, my dad was like trying to give me a bunch of CDs for Christmas one year, and he was just like, I was really young. I remember he gave me like a Salt and Pepper CD, a Hanson CD, and something stupid. It made me laugh. He just totally thought that's what I was into. But oh fuck yeah, man. There's like, was it Hemdale? Have you ever heard of them from Ohio?
Never heard of it.
No.
Hemdale's awesome, man. Like my other band I've been playing with, the Press of Force, we were supposed to do a split with them, but those dudes fucking killer, man. Hemdale's fucking awesome grindcore.
All right.
So they have a really good split with Exhumed. That's like one of their best ones, probably. Like the songs that on Hemdale's side and Exhumed side are like so fucking good.
I'm just reading the song titles right here. The one that just gets me. Uncle Phil gave me gonorrhea. That's
That's too good right there. Man, when I heard Death Symbolic, like that album, like just hearing the riffs and like everything about it, man, I was like, I had to fucking pick up a guitar and like write riffs like Chuck, I was like, I need to fucking learn how to play this shit. Like, I was
love
obsessed.
that answer.
Like, I was obsessed with Death, dude. Like that was like the big part that made me like want to pick up a guitar and just be like, all right, dude, just fucking start jamming and just try to like. I was jamming Death, King Diamond, and Carcass a lot.
Right
I would
on.
just jam. I would just learn those on guitar, man. And King Diamond helped me get it really good. Like Andy LaRock, his fucking picking in like a lot of those King Diamond songs helped me fucking get down some like tremolo picking and weird patterns like really quickly. When I first started.
Nice.
Really beneficial for me later on, but yeah, like it's fucking Death Symbolic to me, man. It's by far like the fucking album for me.
I remember the first.
Yeah, I mean, like it all started with Mike with when we played that show with Test and Flesh Hoarder, and like Mike watched me play, and he came up to me like literally as soon as I got done playing my set, and he was just like, "Hey man, I just got back. Like I want you to try out for the Illegals." And at the time, I was like, "What?" I tripped out. Like I was like, "Wait, you wanted me to do it?" Like I didn't really understand how. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like that was cool. Fuck. So like I was back in September of last year, and yeah, at the time I just kind of took it as a grain of salt, and just like said, all right, well I'm gonna learn these songs, and whatever happens happens. But yeah, I didn't like until March. I finally got a phone call from Mike saying that, hey, we're gonna try to go to Phillips, and I was like sitting there stoked. Like, we got to Houston, we get there, they're like, oh, the place is flooded out right now. So like I would have just stayed in Houston for 3 days with Blue and Steven and Mike, and we just jammed out the Illegals tracks with everybody. For me, at least, with everybody, because before it was always just me and Mike jamming. And then May, I finally got to go over to Phil's house, man, and that was insane too. That was crazy, man. I was really trying. I didn't think I was gonna get that far, so I already kind of wrote it off in my head. I was like, it probably won't happen, but know the songs. Yeah, that was my hope, man. Like, I wanted to make sure, like, if I did get the opportunity to actually jam these songs with them, that, like, there wouldn't be any question of, like, me being able to play them, Like, it'd be like, all right, I know them, let's just get at it, Let's get the ball rolling. That's, like, what Mike was telling me they pretty much needed. They just needed, like, somebody to kind of come in and just take the spot, because it was there. He said, like, nobody's there right now, so if you want it, man, just work for it. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, just busting ass, man. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, so you got to make the best out of it, like recently when I was just over there at Phil's place, I came back and did a tour at VBT, and I was just kind of laughing. I was like thinking of the contrast of like touring with both bands. Like I haven't got a chance to tour with the Illegals, but VBT we just did our little mini tour in a Prius. Like we crammed four people all our gear in a Prius, and I'm just like, man, it's not gonna be like this with the Illegals. So it's gonna be a totally different world for me, man. What I'm used to.
We got
Yeah, well, like, we everything but cabinets we had. So we had our drum set, our merchandise, all of our stuff, like personal belongings. Like, yeah, it was. And then there's four of us in VBT, so there's two in the back and two in the front, and it was a very, very crammed ride. Oh yeah, and there's so many stories there. Like when you're walking around and like Phil will tell you like, oh yeah, this spot over here, this happened, this and that, blah blah blah, and just hearing like people have stayed there and like it's so much history there. It's crazy. But yeah, the surrealness of that whole fucking thing is weird. Like both times that I've been there, it's just as more surreal. Like something happens every time where it's just like there's one of those moments where I'm just like, this is how the fuck am I here? Like why am I here? Like when we were recording and the Superjoint guys just showed up and I have Jimmy Bauer in front of me and fucking like Kevin Bond behind me and then like Phil's just like right there in the corner and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck am I doing here, man? They're just like Jimmy's cracking jokes when I'm fucking playing the bass and I'm just like, shit, like I gotta fucking perform, but this dude is making me laugh my ass off, man. Like it's one thing that tripped me out, like meeting Phil, I didn't realize like how much underground shit he actually like really knew about. Like when I first got to meet him, we started talking about music. Like he even knew about VBT. I didn't have to tell him. I was fucking shocked. I was tripped out, man. Like the third day, I just like walked out and he just fucking had a big smile because he found out I played in VBT, and that was like fucking made me laugh my ass off, dude. I was like, what the fuck? Like he really does know a lot of shit, man. It's crazy. He does this. Like he said, he does his homework, you know. Yeah, like he had no idea until like 3 days into being there. The guy that does all the engineering, Steven Berrigan, he actually watched us play in Austin with, I think it was Abysmal Lord. I don't know, he saw us play at the Dirty Dog, but yeah, he told me, because I was talking to him one morning and he was like, oh, you play in BBT? I was like, yeah. He's like, Vaginal Bear Trap? I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I saw you guys play, and that's when he told me he told Phil about us. But yeah, it was nuts, man. I was surprised Phil actually like was into it and listened to it and knew all about it.
Dude,
that was
really
weird.
Cool.
Yeah, that was crazy as fuck. That was like, it was already a mind fuck of a weekend, but that was just like, my world just got turned upside down for a second. I was like, I gotta go outside, give me a minute, just collect myself, like, what the fuck is going on? We play fucking South of Heaven, or like, we play, Running with the Devil. Like I'm not running with the devil. Ain't talking about love. You know,
Nice.
It just keep going off. Like we would jam stuff and then just kind of start grooving off of something else, just because we were baked and just zoning out. You know. I learned 6 songs before I went in there, and like I knew those songs in and out, man. And then like as I got to jam with them, we wrote I think 4.5 songs with me too. So like that was it was awesome. Those 6 songs, though, I knew them like way better than I know any other songs I probably played like before. I learned them stupid. Like I could play them like with no music, do the right tempo and everything. It was dumb. Fuck yeah, that was just like the whole time. Like I think the second time around, it was more wax, like dabs. Like we just had so many dabs.
I was just gonna ask about that. I was curious about.
Yeah, and then like because they brought a little like rig, you know, a little like fucking bong to like smoke out of with it. So like before we just had pens, and that was impossible trying to go through like a couple grams of wax or just pens in like a few days, like 6 days, whatever. So. Yeah, it was the whole time we were there. That's all we do is just burn up and fucking jam, man. Yeah, they really do. Every time I've gone to play there, fucking, they've always hooked it up with like a lot of my friends have always been there at like our shows and fucking really good weed. Dude, yeah, man, she fucking hooks it up with food every time we go over there. Like, it's so good every time. Like, I always tell her like when I come there, I eat better than I do for like 2 weeks in San Antonio. I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, I'm just like, thank you so much for this food. Like, she made us like pork loin wrapped in bacon with
Oh,
cheese. Like, first day I got there, she made us crawfish and eggs. Like, it was fucking. I never even had crawfish and eggs before. That's like a totally new thing for me. But it was great. I was like, fucking hey, like, yeah, she always hooks it up, man. She makes awesome food. Like, yeah, you're the unsung hero, like the one that nobody like notices, But I
Yeah.
mean, what she does is insane. Like even like while I've been there, I'm just kind of like seeing parts of it, just how much managing goes a part of it. Just not even just the housecore part, but just everything else that's involved with that. Like with Phil and everybody else is like she does so fucking much, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I play there like probably 6 times, I think, 6 or 7 times. I'm gonna play there again in September for a fest that they're having over there. But
Nice.
yeah, like we always like to go down there. Like it used to be our thing every spring break. We would go down. Like when me and the guitar player were in college, we would just go over to like we would do Louisiana, Mississippi, and maybe a Texas show and come back. It was like our little 5-day excursion. But we'd always like go to Baton Rouge and New Orleans and go up to Vicksburg or Little Rock or something. But yeah, New Orleans is always fun as fuck. We always played shows with Fat Stupid Ugly People. Like those dudes are awesome. Hollis is our good homie, and fucking Hollis, Angus, fucking Chris, all them, man. They're badass dudes. Oh yeah, they have a bunch of killer ass bands down there, dude. Like it's pretty insane. Like it's diverse too. Like just like so many different fucking kind of like bands coming out of like New Orleans area. It's such its own different world because I mean, like especially like in Texas, like you can drink till like 2 a.m. pretty much everywhere in Texas. Like at bars, you can't buy till like after like midnight. But in New Orleans, a trip to South where you can just go buy alcohol 24 hours. You can drink it outside, like go walk bar to bars. Weird to me, man. Like it's just and yeah, it's just really different. Like everything about it, the vibe, everything is just totally different. I'm fucking obsessed with horror movies, man. Stupid cheesy 70s, like 80s flicks, man. Like gore flicks, Fucking got the Poultry poster behind me.
Yeah. You were saying the New Orleans horror movie. If you get a chance, I don't know if you heard of it. You may have already. It's the Hatchet trilogy. Hatchet 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I love that movie is so great, man. Those are like one of the best like newer serial killer kind of movies coming out, man. Like that was fucking awesome. It was just like old traditional like I'm just gonna have this dude show up and just fuck everybody up in all kinds of stupid like weird ways. Like the chick that gets her face like belted off, whatever, like with a sand belter. Just like fucking
Yeah,
sprayed off her face. So many good fucking like death scenes in that, especially like the third one. They really went over the top with it. Like I laughed my ass off with like how stupid the death scenes were. But I love it, man. I like those kind of stupid movies. Yeah, like the whole movie is just an homage to like all the greats of the '80s and this and that. Like what made those movies great. Fuck. Me and like a homie of mine in college, we used to like meet up all the time and smoke up. But we would try to like show each other like one more fucked up movie than the next, And he started showing me all these fucked up Japanese films, man. That those were just like an hour-long movie, and all it is just like this dude kidnaps a chick and it's just slowly mutilating them and killing them for an hour. Like those are like the gore on it looks so good, but I was just like, why would anybody make films like this like all the time? Like how is there a market for this? Like it's insane to me. Like I mean, I guess in Japan, why not, right? Like the guinea pig films. You ever watch those? Like
What's
guinea
that?
pigs.
Big Jesus.
Oh, guinea pigs.
Nah.
Like yeah, they had a film company back then. Like they're like the Flower, Flesh and Blood, whatever. Oh man, and Mermaid in a Manhole. It was some fucked up film.
Mermaid in
It
the
was,
Man.
what was it, Sodom or something, or 120 Days in Sodom?
Oh, Solo. Yeah,
Yeah.
that movie.
That was fucked.
That's what's fucked too about that is like the realism of it, of like that probably happened during that time with Mussolini, in Italy. Italy was all fascist out.
That's fucking
Like the
great.
What was
yeah,
the
it
name
was
of that?
fucking Salo, Salo,
Yeah.
S-A-L-O.
Or,
Yeah.
or the 100. Yeah,
or 120 Days of Sodom. That's the title.
yeah, it's the longest, most awesome title, and the movie is just like fuck from beginning to end. Like from like right off the get go when they just start fucking taking all the prisoners, you know, like kidnapping kids and just like taking them like without telling them where they're gonna go, but they know where they're headed to, and just like all this shit that happens afterwards is just so fucked, man. Great movie though. It's like even Criterion put it out. Like, and Criterion only does like, you know, really big like classic movies. You know, like so it made me laugh, and I was like, wait, Criterion did one for Solo. It's like that movie's so fucked up. Yeah. To me, like most metalheads are like a lot of them are into like horror movies, man. Like most people I've met like are into some kind of horror movies. Not like obsessed with it, they at least like to watch them. You know. New band, like local or anywhere? Like,
Yes, anywhere that's just something that's new that got released or.
Id from Austin, man. And I just realized another album right now. Abhorrent, man. They're from San Antonio. Their newest album just came out fucking not that long ago. That's sick as fuck, man.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. That's
and Future Pile's new album, that too, that just came out. That one's fucking sick as shit too. It was sick, man. Like when he gets on stage, just like fucking him just going at it. Like every time I've seen him play, like in Mexico, everybody would fucking ape shit for him. Because there's nobody on stage but him, so like everybody would go like jump on stage and just party with him and like kind of jump around and like do what like while he's just fucking singing, you know. So it was cool seeing that. Like that dude has like the most love everywhere. Oh shit! Another fucking album I just remembered, Willow Tip, man. Oh, not Willow Tip. Wilting Away.
Wilting Away.
Yeah, Wilting Away is fucking. That's such a killer album, man. It's like their first demo they just put out recently. Like they fucking did a killer job. It's with a bunch of homies of mine fucking playing in it right now. That's like a stupid thing for us, like people in the Austin region. No, I mean, it's always been like a lot of different shit between like punk and like I listen to a lot of thrash, like Creator, Destruction, fucking Exodus, Testament, you know, Forbidden, and then death metal. Like I kind of progressively like learned more and more about it, and then grindcore got into that, you know, finding out like about bands that I knew like Napalm Death and Terrorizer, but I didn't know that was like grindcore. You know what I mean? I always thought it was just death metal. And then when I found out there was a term for it, and there's like a whole genre of bands in that, and listening to those, and like it was just like things I didn't know that had names to it. Like, and then when you find out the names of the genre, and you start like going into it and like finding out more bands that are in that genre, and like dude, if I ever play with Pete Sandoval from Morbid Angel, that'd be fun as fuck.
Oh, right on.
That dude, such a sick drummer. I'd fucking love to jam with that guy. And fuck, who else, man? Fucking Matt Harvey from Exhumed and Gruesome. That'd be awesome.
Right on. Who would be the singer for the supergroup?
That's a good one. I don't know. I might just have like anybody just use a pitch shifter and just have somebody just put their head in a toilet and then just have the microphone in it with the pitch shifter. Not yet. Like I think we were like last time we were there, we were kind of talking about doing it like at the beginning of next year probably. But yeah, I mean at the moment they're probably like they really just want to get Superjoint out and like tour for that, and then it'll be the Illegals' turn. But I can't wait to go out on the road with it though. Yeah, we have some, like, we got a couple in the Valley. We're playing in Laredo in July. I think it's July 23rd or 26th. I'm bad with the date. I just know it's in late July. And then we're playing Del Rio in August. And we're playing with Archaic in Austin, I think July 12th. So we got a handful of shows. We're trying to just, like, we got our new lineup down again. Like, our old drummer came back, and we're trying to get like a whole new set and like a whole new album written, because like we haven't had an album since like our Just a Tip came out in like 2012. That was our last album.
Just a Tip.
Just a Tip, yeah. The first one we had before that was called Slow Jams. Like, yeah.
Nice.
Slow Jams, Just a Tip. Just fucking I can't wait to fucking get this album. Everybody to hear this album, dude. For the Illegals, even for the Illegals and VBT both, man. Like they're fucking both just two insane pieces of work, man. Like there seems like two totally different worlds, but they almost meet in the same place. You know what I mean? As far as like extreme music.
Nice.
But, yeah, it's just gonna be like this album's gonna fucking destroy, man. It's too good.
What's the official site that people can find VBT at?
You can find it at vaginalbeartrap.bandcamp.com.
Right on.
Yeah, it's like we have pretty much all our music on it. Even like our little EP, like 3 songs that we recorded back a couple years ago.
Right on.
All right, cool. I'll put that in the link of this video so people can go there and check. Is that
Dude,
where like they can find out all your info, merch, all that stuff?
Yeah, like they can like that in our Facebook page too, like Vaginal Bear Trap Facebook, whatever. Like it's just facebook.com/Vaginal Bear Trap. That one, they can hit us up like either on Bandcamp or we'll probably respond faster on Facebook if anybody want merch. Yeah, we're usually pretty quick about responding and get it over there as quick as possible.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll put all those in the link. That way people can come over and do what they got to do.
I will be sending you a message because I definitely want a Vaginal Bear Trap T-shirt. I have to have one.
Dude,
yeah, I'd like one too, man.
You can make that work, man.
Cool. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on and bullshit with us, dude.
All right, man. Yeah, that sounds good to me, man. Man, this whole thing's been fun as fuck, dude. I had a blast with you guys fucking on here.
Awesome.
All right, man. Thanks again for coming on, dude. It's awesome.
Fucking hey, man. Hope to do it again sometime.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, you take it easy.
You guys too, man.
You
All
too.
right, man. Peace.
Later.